Yo, what's up, main GI? Hey, Devin. I don't know. It was too painful. He wasn't even playing. He was just. Let's see. I'm gonna have to stick with my traditional bunch of. Actually, I'm gonna use. Hold on. So every time I want to use these like wireless headphones, I have to close iTunes first. I will ask Devin in person if he killed that thing. It was too boring to watch. Devin is a good friend, but he was a horrible streamer. Alright. Let me also post this on Twitter. So, I haven't done any programming today yet. Just had to do a whole bunch of boring administration stuff. Talked to the PlayStation Experience. Did some stuff with the website. Had to check how much money is left in the bank account. Never as much as I would like, unfortunately. Devlog updated that finally, and that was pretty much it. Oh, I had to talk to David about a few things. Yes. Yeah, we had the other people coming in to do stuff. Okay, let's work on tree generator. Oh wait, we've also updated to Pro Builder. We're on source now, which is good. Yes, it's reinstated. I'll figure out what we're gonna do with that, but for now we'll just not have links. Or rather, if you want to, we should have like another chat or something. Hold on. Okay. All right. So let's see here. I do think we have the leaves, the branching working. I think the branches look good. The trunk is a little too windy. So let's start with oh, right. They are. So if you really wanted to, you could go to Google. I see your joke. Hey, Shane! How's it going? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, we are... I need to kind of come back here and just clean up this code. There's like way too much. So we're not using branch volume geometry. You know what? This isn't being used right now. Let's get rid of this. Okay. Hey, Clifton. By the way, how is everyone doing Monday afternoon? So it's like I feel like finally we figured out. I know what the algorithm is, right? We have basically a trunk path, then it splits off, and then it splits off. The problem right now is that the code is sort of all over the place, and I like to just clean it up first. So okay, and also so there's stuff like this. So for example, in the generate branch, we are using get next trunk length, which I don't really like. Okay. Hey, GA5POD3. And Lyle LA Watson is here as well. Okay, so we generate the branch. So we generate the tree geometry here. Color of branch is based on whether it is gaspode. That's better. Thank you. Okay. So we're basically using recursive functions, right? So you see this is generate branch, and it actually calls itself here. That's how it generates the next branch. Alright, so this is how the branch is going. So we have, when we generate the branch, we have a depth value, and there's a max depth value. So every time a branch is generated, that depth value increases. So that means that at some point, if the depth value surpasses the max depth value, then we're like, okay, don't generate branch, like this thing is over. The split index, basically what it's saying is, as long as it's above 0, keep subtracting. So this is so like we make sure that you don't get any splits within a certain number of units. So if the split index is 2, then it's gonna we're gonna go 2 branches before we do a split. Yeah, I think for me, I think I comment way more than is needed, but for me, it's really hard. I wish there was a way to close this part. Right, so we set the color. If it's the beginning of the branch path, then it's red. If it's the last branch, then it's black. Everything in between. All the branch pieces in between, we code them based on whether they're going up or down or horizontal. So this is where we generate the actual tree geometry. So what this does is this function takes in the parent. So in this case, this is the parent in this case is the trunk, or the previous branch. The start position, the growth direction, the length, the branch size, the branch color, references to the list that it's using. We kind of track these lists to maintain directions. Yeah, I guess I could probably do region. You know, you're right. Yes. You know what, let's okay, that's good. Hey, Ryoku the Slayer. Yes, we're getting close. Yeah, the Gaspo, the reason why I didn't do that is I always thought like that should be, because then does this close on top? Okay, never mind, it does. Yeah. Okay, that's actually really good. Yeah, that one. I just always put those outside of, but no, that actually was totally what I needed to do, because it just takes up so much space and it's like pretty obvious what it's doing. So yeah, thank you for the tip, Gaspode. So yeah, so now this is basically the last branch. Then we create the leaf and stop the recursion. Region toggle. Control M. Oh, nice. Oh, thanks. Get next branch. So right, so what we do, so yeah, here's the stuff I don't really like, because this is the get next trunk length, and you know, we're actually going to do it differently. I know this is like, there's probably a way to do it so this isn't super redundant, but it's It's more to, we're not really worried about performance, and this is more, there's enough differences between the branch and the trunk stuff that we kind of want to keep them separate. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, pretty much. It's more for the sake of readability, because I do. The thing is, like, we do want to be able to tweak a whole lot of stuff in this. Like, you can see right now, basically here it's like, yeah, the branches are fine, but they're too snaky for the trunk itself. Right? Like, this is a handmade tree, and you can see we're pretty close. Wow, my mouse is stuck. So yeah, you can see that looks good, right? But there's not the density of the leaves to the trunk and branch pieces is too low. So we are going to say, yeah, that's so Ryoku this layer. We are eventually gonna do more stuff like that to add weights to it, but right now it's like the code is still a little bit too messy. I wanna basically clean up. Set. This does not allow it to be int. We don't calculate turning, we actually choose which face to pull out. So it's just a matter of like looking at which directions we have done previously and then apply weights to that. How do the wrist straps? Actually, you know what? You just reminded me. I need to order another pair. I basically cannot work without them nowadays. It just feels too weird. I do recommend them. They are. Let me show you guys. So there's like this. They basically just have these like two strips of mesh of kind of this spongy material, but they elevate the wrist enough that it doesn't allow it to like compress all that much. I'm ordering a second pair because mine are currently starting to fall apart on the seams, and then I'm also constantly misplacing them. So, and yes, as Mangi has reminded me, if you are new and you're enjoying the stream so far, you should definitely follow. So. Yeah, Ryoku the Slayer, this is, it's called Soft Flex. I just posted the link in the chat, but I'm ordering a second pair. Yeah, I can't work without these now. Yeah, but they are. I'm not having. Yeah, I used to have a lot of, not pains, but soreness, and now I don't get that anymore. So they definitely do help. This is my first pair. Just say method. I'm gonna move my Twitter window so I can see it on the other side. kind of want to rename these so we have branch at the beginning. Be like branch get next length. Yes, you should get those, Roku the Slayer. I'm not even going to ask how old you are, because that's just going to make me feel bad. So when we're getting the next because I am not getting younger. I actually don't get your joke. Oh, are you talking about Uli? The guy that popped in yesterday to promote his stream? His chat room? Alright, so basically what we're doing with the next get branch, get next direction is we are maybe we should ban Ryoku the Slayer. See, it was worse. Hey, that's okay. I'm only 16. So I should be in school right now. So choose a random side direction. So we want to eliminate the inverse of the... So basically what we're doing with the next direction is we have this function that gets a random side direction and that takes in an array. So we have the flat direction, so that's like straight back, left, right. And then we eliminate, it also eliminates different directions. So if it's greater than 1, we eliminate the previous 2. Right. So that's like if it goes forward and then to the right, we make sure we don't go either left or backwards, because otherwise it just looks kind of weird. If our current growth direction is horizontal, the next branch can be either horizontal or up. We use our random C to generate a value. Let's see, so this should be... Wait, you were on green light. Didn't you guys? I thought you guys took it down. So you were a legit game developer. We don't know about now, though. Okay, so Ryoku the Slayer, I thought it was you in the video. I guess I'm assuming that's not it, right? Because the girl in the video is definitely not 15. Right. So the current growth direction is horizontal. The next one can be either. So yeah, right. If it's horizontal, what we want to do is we want to eliminate the two versions so it doesn't grow back. Yes, we got you. So if current growth direction is horizontal, the next branch can... So right, so then if the current growth is horizontal, then the next one can be either horizontal or up. So if it's... We decide if it's up by using upward branch, upward growth probability. So for branch, we sort of want a low upward growth probability. Otherwise, it's going to be horizontal, right, if it's not going up. So again, what we do is we start off by choosing a random side. I see. And then you guys are working on a team that's remote. I guess just because, like, when I was in high school, I wasn't doing anything remotely serious, like making a game. I feel like I just, yeah. Yeah, I like to think it was the tech, but probably just because I was lazy. No, I wasn't lazy, but I don't know, like... Maybe. I mean, things are just so different now. I was in high school a long time ago. So, right. So, yeah, if it's horizontal, then again, we get a random side direction. We eliminate that. Ah, okay. That I see. Yeah, and I guess so. Then, if you know you're interested in game development, then that is, you can sort of tailor your curriculum to that. You should talk to Daniel West, by the way. He made posted Daniel's Twitter, but Daniel made Daniel's also super young. He's a little older. I think he's like 19, but he made Airscape, which, you know, he wrote the article that it didn't do very well in terms of sales, but I think he learned a tremendous amount. And it's like, seriously, who cares about sales? He's 19. He shipped the game, and learned a lot from there. So I met him during PAX East. So I think, well, you clearly know what you want to do very early on, which I think a lot of people, including myself, didn't quite know until a little bit later. All right, so here we've got, so this is quite simple. It's very similar to the get trunk. We are doing it slightly differently. Yeah. Okay, next branch, growth direction. So, yeah, we're gonna change we're gonna name the functions, and that's actually, in fact, I might even do branch generate. Yeah, no, we're gonna stick with generate branch, and then branch get next direction. Branch get next length. Yeah, this will make me so get branch get start position. Let's see here. Branch. Oh, that's so basically what we've got going on here is hey, speaking of time travel games, on November, I think you guys are going to be very interested in this, November 13th, we are actually going to have Brian Gale on as a guest. We'll be playing Induction, which is a time travel paradox game. And yeah, Brian, in fact, he's in London. So we're going to stick with our regular time. I asked him if that's okay, if he wanted to move it up, and he said it's okay. So it's going to be 8:30 p.m. Central Time, which is going to be like 4 a.m., like 3:30 a.m. It's like 2:30 a.m. London time. So, which is super kind of him to stay up really late for the stream. But I think it should be great. I'm really looking forward to it. I know a lot of people here, I've talked about it, Induction. So I think that's gonna be gonna be a cool episode. And I have to do this because Rami said it's a good idea, but you're new, Induction is the game. So, Induction by Brian Gale. You've probably seen it. Yeah, I haven't met Brian yet. I've actually not met Brian in person yet, but I've heard a lot of great things about him. I've heard a lot of great things about the game. No, I don't plan on doing multiplayer. It just, you talk to guys, you talk to developers who've done network games, and they will tell you their QA is like 95% network problems. Ah, yes! Ah, that's right. You guys were both in Stugan. Clifton, by the way, you need to come on the stream one of these days. Some of you have emailed me. I need to get back to you guys. We're actually like booked quite a bit ways through. The problem is like there are so many devs and I can only do one a week. Maybe main GI, you haven't seen it yet. Maybe you will become excited. Okay, so we're getting the next start position. So import only call this function from a branch, not a trunk. From trunk, we need to calculate option to do this in the transition trunk function. Yeah, that's the other thing, as NunSuperior pointed out. It's also like really hard to test. Like, even if you send the game to someone, they need like 4 people. They got to set it up. It's also when it comes to showing it off at conventions, you got a whole other thing. Internet at convention centers is insanely expensive. They'll charge you like $1,000 for 2 days of internet. Oh yeah? Oh yes, I think I saw Adrio for streaming it. Then we start with this as the next branch start position, previous branch start position. So we start with this as the next branch start. Next is current branch start position, current branch start position, current branch growth. I have to be like super explicit, otherwise I get totally confused. Chris Hecker. Just tether a phone. Yeah, but you've got like 4 machines. I mean, you gotta be really fast. I have enough problems with, I have enough problems with a single player offline game. Yeah, I would not recommend doing a multiplayer game to start off with. Plus, I mean, in terms of marketing, the other issue to think about with multiplayer games is you need this like massive, you need a critical mass at the beginning, and without it, your game's just gonna flop. Like the Flock, that's kind of what happened to the Flock, because they were kind of doing some experimental stuff, but you kind of need that big momentum going right away at the start, which is really hard to get. So. Like, we have an idea for kind of a joke version of Manifold Garden that has multiplayer, but it's not. We're not going to do it unless the game does really well and we have time and I feel like it. Because I know that's going to be a lot of problems. So we start with this as the next branch start position. Previous branch starts with previous branch length times previous branch growth length. Okay. Then we need to add a slight offset to the position. Otherwise, so if next. So actually we do eliminate. So Ryoku the Slayer, the team for your game, is everyone kind of working? Is everyone all over the place? Is everyone remote, or are you guys in the same city? Did you guys meet online? I've actually only done one collaboration with someone I met online, which is the musician who did the guy who did the trailer. He composed the music for the trailer. I've not met him in person. Yeah, he just he sent me his stuff and I really liked it. Cool. So if next branch is horizontal, we can either offset it. Okay, so we've got the correct offset for when it's vertical. For when the next branch is vertical, right, well, today's stream's going to be pretty short because I have to take off now, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pick it back up at like maybe 3 hours from now, 8:30. I'm gonna go get some dinner. But yeah, we're kind of cleaning up the code. I also need to upload yesterday's streams to the web. So anyway, I'll probably be back 3 hours later. Maybe not. I really like this impromptu stream because for me the trying to maintain a regular schedule during the week is actually really tough. But if I'm just like, hey, I've got some time here or there, let's stream, then that works super well. What were you trying to post? Okay, yeah, that's I see it in the chat, but that's massive. Some Google link, but anyway, I'm gonna end the stream now, and we'll probably I see. We'll probably be back sometime later tonight. All right, you guys all, thanks for tuning in. If you don't follow, you should follow if you like it, and I will see you guys in a bit.